Yeah. Big play.
So Mountain Crest with a break. Hall rolls to his right. Dumps it off, and it's dropped.
Carlson.
He had Carlson. Was it Carlson with
Yep.
some running room? No, Poochatow. That 8 and that 6 sure look a lot.
And they're both tall and lanky.
Carlson's number 8, Poochatow 6. So that was Carlson that dropped that, and he had blockers and running room, and that's the way it's gone for Mountain Crest tonight. When it looks like they got something going, oh, jeez. Hall calling for it. Looking in there, and Nelson gets there just as the ball does. No flag, and the hometown booing about it. And that looked like pretty good timing there as Fuller turned around. It would have been made it about 3rd and 3, but it's 3rd and 10 now.
Well, if you're Mountain Crest, you got to do whatever you can to capitalize on that turnover right at midfield.
They've sent Hall, when they've rolled him out, they've rolled him right every time. They haven't ever sent him back to the left. Now they bump that D end as they take motion that way. Hall.
Tip.
Yep, it was tipped, and it's well short. So again, another fortuitous play for Logan, because Mountain Crest had lots of running room in front of them, and they made the play. I mean, they know they're rolling him right, and then they're bumping out the end, bringing those guys hard upfield, and saying you're not going to get the edge.
Yep.
Sure enough, they're not going to get the edge.
That was Austin Rice coming upfield and smartly gets his hands up when he sees the ball's about ready to be sent by him.
Hall on 4th and 10, gets it away. Compton watches it bounce out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. And that's where the Logan offense will take over. Nelson back on the field after throwing just his 3rd pick of the year. He threw 2 last week against Skyview. Oh, he's losing it. He's losing his mojo.
Yeah, it's pretty good touchdown to interception ratio.
27 to 3.
27 to 3 is pretty good.
Yeah, 1 for every 9 touchdowns. Not so bad.
I'll take it.
9:52 to play here in the 3rd period, and a 24-0 Logan lead. Mountain Crest can't do anything with the Logan turnover. Nelson rolling, looks underneath, and can't find Anderson. Anderson's been shut out. So far, he's one of Nelson's favorite targets, but Nelson spreads the ball around, that's for sure.
Hagen Anderson on the season, 22 receptions for 241 yards. He's averaging just short of 11 yards per catch with 3 touchdowns.
I think Schmidt's probably his favorite target. 44 receptions for Schmidt on the year. He had, I think, 12 of them last week.
Yep. And 8 touchdowns.
Here comes a blitz. Nelson hit as he throws. Now he finds Anderson. Nelson took a shot, but it doesn't hurt nearly as bad when you pick up 16 yards on the other end.
That Nelson's stubborn. He's going to get his friend Anderson involved in this game no matter what, and he does on this play with a great delivery. You're right, standing right in the face of pressure. Puts it right on the number. Usually the numbers, that's just number 1.
That's just 1. Uno. You got to be good. You got to be a player if you're going to wear number 1.
Yep.
If you're going to ask for number 1, you better go out and play ball.
It's like the guy on the baseball team with red cleats, unless you're a Bear River.
Nelson right up the gut. Back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose a yard. Wells in there. Mountain Crest sending guys with the right call that time. So much of the time with defense, you can scout, you can scout, you can scout, you can put them in the right position, and then you call things and just hope you got them in the right thing. Just hope you got them in the right call.
Yep, a little bit of that is luck.
A little bit. That's why I hate to see all these rule changes in the NFL. They're turning it into arena ball because you can't do anything on defense. But, that's a defensive guy talking. 4-man rush. Mitten gets there, and down goes Nelson. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, so it's not a sack.
Oh, I think they're going to mark it. Yeah, right at the line of scrimmage. You're right.
It's 3rd down and 11.
Almost get there. 4th sack of the night?
Just about. No, that would be number 5.
Wow. Well, you got to know the rest of 4A is going to be studying this tape, because in spite of the 24-point deficit for Mountain Crest, their front 7 have played very well against DJ Nelson.
Logan 3 of 6 on 3rd downs. Here comes the house. Nelson hit as he throws, and he throws it short of Hartman. And boy, Nelson is taking a beating out there. I mean, he can stand up and point back at the scoreboard, but he is taking a beating.
Yeah, that was a Nelson sandwich.
And sometimes as a defense, you know, that makes you feel a little bit better. You get a quarterback that's just been throwing it around on you. You get a couple of shots on him. You know, you take any win you can get. He's taking a beating, but he's still throwing for over 200 yards and rushed for 3 touchdowns. Thompson's kick, turnover. Pututau picks it up after everybody got away. Pututau tiptoeing down the sidelines, and that's all he had to beat was the punter, but he was leaning too much and stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line. He got clipped just enough that it sent him out of bounds, didn't he?
He tiptoes to the tulips here, and you'll see it in a second as he runs down the sideline. And that's a great heads-up play, knowing everybody's getting away from it. He just slips out of bounds. A lot of green in front of him with the end zone waiting.
Well, how many times have we said that for Mountain Crest tonight? They've had a lot of plays with a lot of green in front of them, and they haven't been able to cash in. Hall looking way downfield. Speaking of green, here's Fuller coming back, and it's picked off by who else? Johnny Luke. Hall left it short. There's a flag back at the 43-yard line. And 3 Grizzlies in Hall's face. Let's see what the call is. The flag's usually where they'd call a hold.
Well, you could see this one coming from a mile away. Eddie Hall's got pressure. Doesn't really get all of this throw. He's kind of throwing off that back foot again. Never gets his feet set. Just floats it up in the air. And Johnny Luke has great position.
They call unsportsmanlike conduct on Mountain Crest. And the Mountain Crest sidelines throwing their hands up. So they're going to add to that Johnny Luke interception return. I didn't see what was going on.
Nope.
Maybe that's why there were 3 Grizzlies right in Eddie Hall's face. So the Mountain Crest defense called on again. They forced a punt last time out, but now they're backed up to their own 37-yard line. With arguably the best quarterback in the state, Brady's looking to throw back to Nelson. He's wide open. And he gets hit and dropped after a short gain.
He gets hit hard.
Yeah, he did, and turned back. Funny, too. That was 5 yards. But that was 5 scary yards for Logan.
Takes a long time for this play to set up. Brady waits, gets pressure in his face and delivers that ball. And Nelson has to wait a long time for that rainbow. Gives time for the defense to close on him and make a good shot. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Zach Kimball gets there a little bit late, but enough to make that play, because if Nelson catches that and gets a head of steam going, he's gone. Nelson right up the middle. Caught right about the line of scrimmage and then pushed back by Richardson and a couple other guys in orange. No gain. In fact, they move the stick backwards.
I would like to have heard Coach Wooten's halftime speech, because whatever he said has got the defense a little more fired up.
Third and a long 5 for Logan with 6 minutes to play in the 3rd period. Mountain Crest has everything spread out, no deep safety. See what they do. They're bringing 6. Nelson throws a short route to Schmidt. Schmidt drags a tackler and picks up 9 on 3rd and 5. Schmidt with his 2nd catch of the night. And Nelson with another completion. Logan will get up there and they'll take a look at they'll get set and then take a look at the defense, and then they'll decide what play they're going to run, kind of change things out a little bit. Mountain Crest adjusts. Long pass, out of bounds. Nothing doing.
Well, it's good coverage by Zach Kimball and a good pass, but gone errant. 5:16 to play in the third quarter at 2nd down and 10 for Logan.
Well, 2nd and 10 after Nelson's pass a little too long. Again, Nelson looking back to the sideline to Coach Favero.
That's a huge advantage to get up to the line of scrimmage, see the defense.
Yeah, Nelson, nothing doing. They've really hemmed him in on that running game, and he loses another yard. He's got 17 carries for 64 yards. One of those carries for 37 yards.
Ethan Peterson does a great job, number 9, getting upfield and staying home. Really, this is assignment football when you got a great quarterback who rushes as well as DJ Nelson does.
Yeah, you talked about that, about how it's a huge advantage for the offense to be able to come up, look at the defense, and then change according to what the defense does. And you see a lot of teams do that now. It's not just something Logan does.
No.
That's another one of those things that, what rule do you put in other than making the game clock, the play clock shorter? And Logan wants a timeout on 3rd down at about 12 with 4:28 to play in the third. Logan wants to talk about it a little bit.
Mountain Crest has done a pretty good job forcing Logan into third down situations, but they haven't been able to convert all the way through. Logan has punted twice tonight, but they're certainly not in punting or even kicking territory now. They like to go for it. This is 4-down territory if you're Logan.
Well, yeah, the last 10 points weren't easy to come by for the Grizzlies, but they still count as 10 points. Doesn't matter how hard it is. It still goes on the board, and that's plenty because the Logan defense is pitching a shutout.
Well, you're right. The Logan defense seems to have the playbook of Mountain Crest. Mountain Crest, like you mentioned earlier, has not rolled Eddie Hall to the left at all. They rolled him to the right all night.
Yeah.
So that defensive ends and those corners just coming up.
Well, the right-handed quarterback rolling to his left, that's tough.
It's hard.
That's a tough throw to make. 3rd and 12. Delayed blitz, plenty of time, and that one's incomplete. Brady had it in his hands and then dropped it as he was hit by Niederhauser, and Brady's slow to get up.
Well, you talked about how it doesn't hurt as bad when you get hit when you deliver a 16-yard pass reception. It hurts worse when you go up like this and have one that you got a shot at catching, and you just don't bring it in. So it takes a little while to get off the turf.
Well, we saw Thompson kick a 39-yard field goal earlier. This one's going to be about 43 yards, and closer to 44. He had plenty of leg on the 39-yarder, and this one's pretty much straight away. Thompson's kick. This one looks like it's drifting. It's good. It just went over the crossbar. It looked like it was going to draw short, and it went right over the lip. 27-0. Logan extends their lead.
When it comes right down to it, we've been in business over 50 years. That's one of the reasons why, is because we service our product here. And you don't want to have to try to put your 60-inch TV in the back of your truck and haul it to Salt Lake for service. Anything that's bought here, we'll service it here and take care of it. If you buy it here, of course, we can deliver it, set it up, show you how to operate it. If you choose just to take it home, we'll explain that to you ahead of time. We'll sell you the proper cables. If you have questions, call us back. We want you to get the best picture and sound you can get for the purchase you've made.
27-0. Logan extends that lead by another field goal. Again, the Mountain Crest defense, after giving up 14 early points, making things tougher on Logan, but that hole keeps getting deeper, though, for the Mountain Crest offense, and time keeps on running.